Hey, welcome to How I Became Your Mother. I'm Kalila Black, and this isn't just a podcast. This is my living manifestation journal. Here, I document my journey, past, present, and future, as I become the woman I've always dreamed of being, your mother. I speak as if my future child is already listening, and I share it out loud for anyone becoming right alongside me. Welcome. Okay, so I'm back. I'm back. I, it's happening, and as you can see from the title, I'm on my regular stuff. Confusion is a privilege, and my vibe right now, honestly, is I'm feeling very stuck. I'm feeling very confused. I'm feeling very like it's giving analysis paralysis. Physically, I feel good. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel alive. I feel very like turned on alive. Emotionally, I feel a little like a little bit of tiredness, a little strain. I would love to be held and I would love to be kind of nurtured, but I do feel connected. I still feel connection from my loved ones, and so that's present. But in terms of what my mind has been going on mentally, I feel it's giving a piece of confusion. It's giving confusion. And so I wanted to bring this episode to you because this is a way of me self soothing. I have been, let's just jump right into the episode. Well, first, let's update on your daddy. What's happening in the love life? What's going on in the love life? So I've been dating this guy. Um, and it's cool. We learning each other. It's a very, very slow burn. But we have so much in common. So much in common from where we're from. He's from the Bronx. He's into a business that I love, which is like escape rooms. Um he got money. He's attractive. It's giving slow burn because we still figuring each other out, but I'm enjoying it. So that's that. Okay. So let's just jump into it. I want to soothe myself because I'm gonna just give y'all the breakdown of what happened. Like over the last few weeks, I would say since at the start of this month. No, this is since November. So since November, I've known that I wanted to take some bold action. I've been feeling itchy. I've been feeling like it's time to move. It's time to charge. What's the direction? Like that's what I've been feeling since November. So December 1st, so like November something something, I get with Chat GPT and I'm like, okay, let's plan out some stuff. So I'm like, all right, one area of my life. Let's just start with content creation. That is the area of my life where I was like, all right, Kalila, I want to take content creation more seriously. Um, I'm already monetized on Meta, Instagram, and if I take it seriously and take it to the next level, it could really be a reputable stream. So I'm like, just get with Chat GPT, come up with a plan and boom, boom, boom. Come up with the plan, come up with the content creation plan for the week. I said I was gonna do and I got so stuck because I feel like I don't know what I want to create. So I was like, okay. A part of me wants to do the skits because I'm an actor. I want to show my range of character and I have a lot of ideas. And oh, the other thing is that skits are lucrative. People are wanting entertainment. People are wanting short form entertainment. The other side, I'm like, yo, I love manifestation stuff. I love bringing people closer to skills and giving practical information for other people to see the results that I see in my life because of the practical tools that I work like that I use in real life that work. But then I'm like, I also love to do a trendy dance. I have fully fleshed characters built up in my mind. And I'm like, what? I don't even know where to go, where to start, which platform to use. When should I post? Like these are the thoughts that that's having me stopping from pushing forward with the plan. Because the other thing is when I get with ChatGPT be having a nice GPT, be having a nice start. Like I be feeling inspired by them, but it's not nothing like your own idea and it don't be as refined. And I'm trying to refine it. That was one area in my life where it's giving confusion. Um, the other area of my life, another area of my life it was giving confusion is career. Cause I done told my team, I said, yo, I want to give it a pause. I'm gonna come back in January and circle back with what I want to do career wise. I know the industry is shifting. I gotta get right on my goals. So I'm like, yo, I moved out to LA and I said, oh, I'm pursuing film and TV. But I haven't really been pursuing film and TV in the way that I know I could be. I don't have, I don't have the no, I don't know who the cast and directors are over the shows that I want to be on for real. I haven't reached out to them. I don't be talking in events. I don't like that's a different fervor on there. So I'm like, okay, is it that? Is it trying to get on primetime TV? Is it trying to make it on the last season of Abbott? Is it, creating something that you would want to see something later on TV? Like, is it just going for films? Getting into some acting classes to put those chops up with all of the different sides, because that's something different. Like, what is the goal? Because this past year, I had been on my agent's rosters and everything, and they send me out for things, and it's stuff that I want, but also it's not something that I'm not targeting. I haven't been targeting a vision because of what I've been doing, caregiving. So the stuff that I've gotten this year, which was amazing, by the way, a cute little Dr. Seuss gig, that's recurring, that's fire. Like that's fire. A recurring, that's what I pray for. That's literally what I pray for. A mutually beneficial recurring gig that keeps on going. Yes. So I'm like, oh, should I go down that route? Target that, put some effort around that. Like, that's the career thing where it's like, oh, it's giving confusion. It's giving confusion. I have even gotten analysis paralysis around which area of my life should my spiritual practices be focused on. And that's crazy, not crazy, but it's just illuminating because I don't know that I've been in that space before where it's like, what should I focus on? Like it's feeling more efforty. And what I mean is like, okay, when I'm meditating, when I'm visualizing, when I'm doing my affirmations, is it about money? Is it about self-confidence? Is it about attraction? Is it about luck? Is it about success? Like, what? These are the thoughts that I have going on because I really just want to have a a routine. I want to build a routine that is um useful. So the reason why those are the things that's been going on in my mind in terms of the confusion piece, and then I just had to look at it and just be like, "Yo, whole time, like, what gives me peace and solace is when I take a step back and I think of generations prior. Like I think of my grandmother's generation. My grandmother decided to get married this is in the 1930s in Alabama. She decided to get married because my great grandmother was a traveling evangelist, and my grandmother's got tired of starting the seventh grade over and over and over again. So she knew that if she got married, she would be able to stay and not have to restart. She hated restarting the school. And my and the and this is at 13, by the way. No, wait. She got married at 13. Baby. Right. No, yeah. She got married at 13, and her family, deeply religious, her family thought that she was uh already having intercourse. So she thought that she was already going to be pregnant. So they wanted to let her get married, or like they didn't question the fact that she wanted to get married at that age because they didn't want to bring on an quote unquote open shame to the family with a baby. So if they get married first, then it'll be protected of the baby was the idea. Whole time they didn't even get pregnant for another 3 years because she wasn't even worried about that. Now, what does this have to do with anything that I'm talking about? My grandmother's choices were go to school, and what she saw in her 1930s mind in the segregated South and all of this, like everything that she's seen, those feelings, all of that. She said either I'm gonna get married so that people can stop throwing me anywhere and I don't have to starting these schools over, or I'm gonna start school over. Those were her choices. That's it. That's it. Then I think about other generation. I think about the next generation. It was like either you go and you do this thing, you go and you take this path, go to school, go to college, graduate, go and do this, or you're a bum. People didn't have the same amount of options that we have now. And I'm like, yo, the privilege of being confused about what path to take shows the amount of vision that I have for different things, because I can see the vision for so many different things. I can see a successful vision for so many different things, but there are people who don't even have any ideas. And I promise you, I thank God for my mind every day and the ideas and the creativity because it's prominent. So I'm like, that's like saying with the confusion piece. Sometimes it's almost like you got an abundance of choices that you are being sad about. And I was having a conversation with the creator and she checked me. It's been black women checking me. I was having a conversation. I met this creator on on a commercial set where we were both starring in a commercial. And she happens to have a platform, a very large platform that she's built on social media. Very good work, amazing, inspiring work. And she's like, okay, like tell me tell me and she knows that I want to do more on social media as well. And so she was graciously asking me questions like, okay, what's next? What you want to do? And I'm telling her, like, I don't know. I just don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do this. Da, 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 da. And she was like, yeah, sometimes even the lack of ability to choose is a trauma response. It's the brain trying to keep me safe. So and I'm gonna go further on because when she said that, I was like, oh snap, she's absolutely right. Because if you just think about again how the brain is designed to keep us safe. It's not designed to help us grow. It's not designed to help us evolve for real. It's there to preserve us. So the rigmarole that my brain does when it's time to create is an illusion especially when we think about like what creation is. And I think one of the biggest, easiest ways to see that is if we think of creation like a blank canvas and to say, well, right before you could, pull out your paints to paint on the canvas and to be like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should do this. If I could do this. It's almost like, girl, are you an artist or not? Are you a painter or not? This is about being a vessel. This is about taking the ball from point A to point B. You've been given the tools, you've been given the information, you've trained, you've been experienced, you've been connected, you've been vetted, you've had visions, you've written them out, you've performed them. So it's really just about calming down that mental chatter that is trying to finesse. And I just think about how I've felt uncertain before and just made a choice. Um, and how sometimes like it always works out. It always works out. Like I even think about specifically the Beyonce tickets that I manifested because I purchased those tickets. I knew I wanted to win some tickets, but I purchased them. And even though I purchased them, I still won the concert tickets and was able to sell the ones that I purchased. So even if I make a move right now that may not support my like, so I'm using that as an example because it's like, yo, if you purchased it, how was you on the path and on the track to manifest them for free when you already bought them? That's kind of like how my mind has been going. But it's like, yo, make a choice. Even if I made the wrong choice, quote unquote, on buying the tickets, spending my money for them, I still made an about face and got I still won even better tickets. So even if the first choice that I choose is whack, the consistency is going to make up for something and I can always choose something later that's better once the momentum of the choice has grown. And just getting back to the idea of the confusion piece being a privilege, it's like our mind and our thoughts are, I think, points of inspiration. Rick Rubin in the Creative Act says that the ideas that we have are also summoned from the people outside of ourselves. So it's like the idea that's in your head is there because other people want you to do it too. That's why sometimes you have an idea and then um you'll see somebody else do it because the desire for the idea was greater than than you. It wasn't about you. It was about the idea. Sometimes we meant to be vessels. A lot of the times we're meant to be vessels, especially as creators. So I think remembering that when it's like, yo, you're just playing around at a high level, you're producing, and just by playing, just by having fun, just by being a vessel, letting the ideas breathe, letting them get a chance to get up out your brain. And I'm speaking to myself and you, future kid. Let the idea have a chance to breathe before saying it's not going to work. I've also been thinking about the pressure because I'm like, oh, is it pressure? Is it pressure that's making it not work? And I'm like, no. Pressure is learning mad parts with only a couple of days to spare, and you have to perform in front of thousands of people. And the floor has holes in it, and there's elevators, and people could hurt themselves. That's pressure. And I've experienced that routinely in my business. in my industry. There's I pressure is not a thing. So i- it's really just about understanding that when I notice that I'm in that state of confusion to say, "Oh, okay. Okay. Okay." So the brain, you wanna just be in your confusement era right now, and you wanna show me all of these options because you're afraid. But Stacy, that's that part of my brain that talks about the fear a lot. She's always telling me what I shouldn't do and why and what it couldn't work and it would take a long time and why would people and you got to do this and that's what she's always saying. I would say, Stacy, I know you're trying to protect me. I know you're trying to protect me, but the girlies are doing it. I have the capacity. I have the vision and it's gonna work. It's so interesting because even as I've been talking these ideas out with you all, thinking about the social media, I'm like, wow, there may be a world where all of these things that I think are so different and vast are connected, where my content is connected to my career and to my brand, and where my spiritual life is connected to the dream, to the target. During my meditation this morning, there's one called Conversation with Your Higher Self by this speaker named Karina Kalila. She has my name as her either last name or middle name, and it's spelled like my name, which is pretty rare when I find my name. So I was like, oh, let me listen to her, and I love it. I love it. And each time I meet my higher self, she gives me a different object. And today she gave me a compass. She gave me a compass due north. And I was like, and I just took that like, yo, you have the direction, you know where you're going, and it's okay to move forward. And also like I'm also thinking about it like this because even in the wilderness with a compass, that's brave. My inner self didn't give me a map. My higher self, my inner being, as you know, my higher self, my inner being, my inner child, the part of me connected to the overall picture that knows and sees more than I can with my limited vision, didn't give me a map. It gave me a compass. So it's like, go due north in this wilderness, but you're gonna have to figure out your own path. Just stay on the track. Just stay on the track. Stay towards your North Star. And my North Star, if we even talking about North Node, is my North Node is in Pisces, which is uh meaning that in this lifetime I'm meant to master faith, belief, but and the illusion of the unseen, just faith walking. So that meant a lot to me. And that lets me know where it's like, yo, like you may not, you're never gonna, there's never gonna be a chance when you're exploring where you know everything that you're about to explore. There's never gonna be a chance when you're creating where you know everything beforehand that you're gonna create. Yes, we have visions for the final product. Yes, we see it, but it still has to come over time. It still grows. It still builds. It's a living, breathing creation. So I'm wanting to soothe myself into remembering that yes, this content creation is being a content creator is really just sharing and being a vessel all the time. Just being a vessel, working towards the goal, being a vessel, working towards the goal. And what I want you to know, my future child, my future queen, princess, boo, is that you come from big thinkers and big doers. And sometimes our brain is full of thoughts, but it should never be taken as something for granted. And I think working with your grandmother through her stroke, where a lot of her memories, a lot of her cognitive habits have been disruptive, I have an even greater appreciation for the abundance of thoughts that run through my brain every day. It's an abundance, and it's abundant. And I know that she wishes that she had that, and she's working her brain back up to that. So, yes, confusion can feel debilitating. It can feel like, oh, but just also remember it's giving first world problems. Because there's a lot of people in the world that don't really have choice. It's like you get up, you go, you go down to the well, you go get that water, you go do this, you go, it's labor. It's labor. We got a little joy, but it's a lot of labor, 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 labor. Whereas over here, it's like but what kind? You know. All right, now we're going to move on to our question of the day, which comes from the New York Times article 36 Questions to Make You Fall in Love. Just a question of sharing, a little moment on the cat. Question number 23 for the 23rd episode. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's? Um, I think that at this point, I would say that my family in terms of closeness is a lot of repairing going on. I'm thinking about my maternal family. My paternal family, I'm not as close to them. I just wasn't raised with them. So I'm not as close to them. But if we're talking about my maternal family, we're spread out across the states. There's some in the Bronx, some in Charlotte, some, we're in LA. Um and so there's the long distance piece. And also when my grandmother passed away in 2015, a lot of our gatherings stopped. So if we're talking about distance and connection like that, I think we're closer than a lot of families. Like we have a group text that we chat on. We also I attempted, I'm gonna restart it, to start a book club. We did a couple of like virtual meet and greets. So there's effort there, but I wouldn't say that we're close yet, because I think that my family has a lot of emotional things to get through that just is not ever really addressed. So there's just a distance of authenticity, in my opinion, there, that keeps us from being close, because we're not super authentic all the time. Okay. And is do I think my childhood was happier than most? I think that I had a lot of very valuable, unique, and abundant experiences in childhood. Like, for example, I went to see many, many Broadway shows. Many Broadway shows. My mother used to give free tickets for the teachers working from the United Federation of Teachers on Teachers Night on Broadway back in the day, and we was going to see mad stuff. We used to go to Radio City frequently. We would go to the different circuses. We went to Ringling Brothers. We would also go to Universal Circus. We would go to Cross County Fair. We would go to Rod Playland. We would have a lot of fun. Um, what other things would we do? A lot of family picnics, a lot of gatherings, sleepovers, um, trips in that way. Like I went on my senior trip and all of the things that I could do via school, but I wouldn't say happier than most because there was a lot of unhappiness that offset the overall joy of my childhood with mommy using um drugs regularly. There was a lot of unseen trauma that was like underneath that was not always swept under the rug when great things were happening. So if I had to rate my childhood, if I had to rate my childhood 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 7.5. 7.5. A clean C plus. Yeah. Okay, I hope that was cute. I hope y'all like that little do. Um the core takeaway that I want you to have from this is that being confused is just it's just options. It's just options. It's just options. And there's no right option because we're building it right now. You're building it. You're choosing. It's an option. It's a road. We don't know. We can't go to the end of the road to know what the end of the road is going to be until you choose the road and go down the road. At least a little bit. At least enough to see. Go down the road enough to see what's going to happen before you can't just walk a little bit, go back a little bit, and then just stop because you don't know which road you got to choose. It's time to go. It's time to go. We outside. That's today's love offering. Whether you're here now or listening from the future, I'm thankful you spent time with me. If this episode stirs something in you, send it to someone you love and leave me a review so that this magic can find more hearts like yours. Remember, everything is working for your highest good. I'm Kalila Black, and this is how I became your mother. Thank you so much for being with me. Mwah, mwah, mwah.